This is absolutely Essendon, and it's our Brownlow preview where we look at and celebrate the great midfielders of the game, because really they're the only ones that ever win it.
Well, and the grand final preview. So let's not forget that. But just a little incidental.
I thought maybe we might come back and do that one.
No, we might.
We got a bit on.
Yeah,
right, okay, maybe not.
I mean, welcome back anyway.
Yes, it's good to be back home.
Yeah, you were in the Mediterranean,
the tropics,
or wherever you were. Ibiza with the boys.
Yes, I was. A great time had by all.
Yeah, and Nick Martin still marching around the room with the 12 shots on the tray.
24 shots.
24 shots.
Yeah, they were throwing them down.
It's one for each player that goes onto the field. That's nice.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Welcome back.
It was a good time. Yeah, thank you.
Good to be back in the studio too, because I've got to be honest, the whole Zoom thing.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't really scream professional production, does it?
Well, it's a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
To make. And I'm sure probably to watch.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes, we're out and about. We have lives to live. Sometimes.
He does.
Not always.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do find that it's hard to get that magic going. Our special thing.
What do you call our special thing?
I don't know.
I didn't know we had a special thing.
Maybe we don't.
But I've already lost the thing.
All right.
Okay. Yes, it is. You're right.
Brownlow medal. This is one of the most exciting nights of the year if you're Jobe Watson.
Yes.
Jobe. Sorry.
2012.
Our hearts are bleeding for you, Joby.
Yeah.
We will get that medal back. We couldn't get Patrick Voss into the team, but we will get Jobe's medal back somehow. We will do that.
You know what? If we ever get him on this show, and I would like to think that one day we can, we get to interview Jobe. I want to know that when the day he had to go back to hand back the medal, did he just place it down gently and say, "All right, my bad," or did he just fucking throw it down and go, "Keep it"?
I think he posted.
I don't even want it.
I'm pretty sure he posted it.
Oh, really? Yeah. What? Express Post?
No, I don't even think it was Express.
I wouldn't trust Express
with
Post.
A card. little card.
Really?
Hoping you're well.
I want to ask how he handed it back.
Well,
anyway.
Look, it was a very decent thing that he did, because he did it voluntarily.
Yeah.
He didn't wait for the taskmasters down there at AFL House to demand it back.
Yeah. Made their job too easy for my life.
And that's
he's a bigger man than me.
Decent guy, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. I would have said, stick it up your ass.
Yeah.
But anyway, Brownlow, I don't know whether excitement's the word that springs to mind when you're watching the Brownlow medal count. It's a bit of an epic, isn't it? It's a marathon.
It depends on very much on the person reading the votes and the gravitas that they bring to the whole 3-2-1.
Yeah.
First of all, you need to be able to make sure you get your head around the names. They hate seeing too many Italian or Greek names.
Yeah.
They get a bit annoyed by that. They love the Anglo names.
They do.
Even Demetrius struggled with the Greek names.
He did. Yeah, he did.
So it very much relies on that.
Yeah. I find that is Gill doing it? I guess he's doing it, isn't he? It's not Andrew Dillon.
You know what? I don't know. That's a very good question.
Well, let's assume it's Gill, because it's been like his farewell.
Right.
But I noticed in years past he really builds up the
He likes to build up the drama. Yeah.
And with the last vote.
Yes. Especially,
3 votes.
If it's the same first letter of the name, he really, drags it out. He's very Hitchcockian in his build-up of suspense.
No, he does it very well, and will be sorely missed. And I think, to be fair, Andrew Dillon has a massive pair of shoes to fill.
Yeah.
When it comes to calling out the votes on Brownlow night, and it really is the skill by which I judge an AFL CEO. If they don't pull that off, then they're not worthy of the title.
I agree. I agree. Anyone can do a broadcast rights deal, whatever.
Of course.
To work out who the caterer is at the MCG.
Oh.
That's what.
Was it $5 billion broadcast deal?
Yeah. No, but this is the important bit.
This is the one that matters.
It just can be really annoying if they don't nail it.
So tell me, what's your view of this whole Brownlow medal thing? Is it really relevant anymore? I don't know what you think about that.
I think it's losing relevancy. I mean, look, it's become more about the red carpet, or is it the blue carpet, whatever colour carpet that it is.
It is blue, isn't it?
It's become more about that, really.
The glamour.
Than
the fashion
side of it. Because why are midfielders getting all the votes?
Well, the common theory is that the umps, and, we know they're a little short-sighted at times, can only see the action that's happening around them. And that's going to be...
Because they've got a bit on.
Yeah, that's the guys on the ball. So,
Right.
oh, God, there's Bontempelli again, He's always getting the bloody ball. He must
Yeah.
be the best player. Well, that's because he's playing on the ball.
Yes.
But
That's
what
right.
about the guy that kicked 5 goals?
Yes.
Doesn't he get a vote?
What about the guy that fists the ball in the back line that saved 6 goals?
Fisting has always been an important part of the game.
Huge fan of fisting.
Yeah. We're going to miss Brandon Zerk-Thatcher, but he will take his fisting talents to Adelaide, where I believe it is very much in demand. Now, so what you're saying is that the medal has no relevance as long as it continues to only award the midfielders.
Yeah, well, it was nice when it mixed things up. You get the occasional ruckman. You get the back pocketer, like Gavin Wanganeen.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. That's what
That
it
would
should
never happen.
be.
Imagine Andy McGrath winning a Brownlow medal. Well, maybe I could come up with a better example.
Okay, yeah.
But a back pocket is unlikely to win a Brownlow ever again, right?
Highly unlikely.
So should it change? Should there be some...
I don't you think it should? There's
I
got
do.
to be a better system.
There has to
surely,
be.
because now it's just it's taken the piss.
Well,
because everyone else can fall asleep at the event, except you're a midfielder and you just know, okay, I'll ease off. I'll have 8 beers instead of 9, just in case I need to do a speech.
I saw something interesting written in a newspaper saying, well, stop whinging about it. They get the Brownlow medal, but the big forward gets all the money.
Oh,
So
really?
that's their recognition is, Charlie Cameron. Charlie Cameron, well, he's not that big, but Jeremy Cameron, whom I'm trying to refer to, he's probably on close to $1 million a year.
Right.
I'm not sure, some of their mids are on that type of money. So perhaps that's the quid pro quo, isn't it?
That's not enough. So what would be a better way to do it? Because I think the umpires these days, whatever it is, they've got a lot on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There's 4 of them. I mean,
I know, true. But there's a lot of nuance.
They could actually do a little quiet reading in the back
If we
line.
really want to make it the best and fairest, what should the system
look
like?
I like pretty much all of the media awards. They seem to do it better. Where you have, for example, the coaches, the AFL Coaches Association, which I would imagine the players probably rate higher than the Brownlow, because to be recognised by the coaching fraternity, I think says a lot about your contribution to the game. And I think, to be honest, that should be my opinion only, and others may disagree. But I do think that the coaches, that system is already underway. Use that. And you will get a much better a cross-section of the players, the type of player, because the coaches understand the role that certain non-midfielders are playing, and therefore in a better position to recognise that contribution. That's my view. I mean, maybe out there you guys have a different view, or perhaps you've got some alternative ideas. But honestly, a 3-2-1. Even a 3-2-1 worries me, because how can one guy be 3 times better than the third best player on the ground?
Right.
Yeah, maybe the voting should be out of 10 and give each player a score which is relevant to their performance out of 10.
Right.
I don't know, but
possibly. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's heading in a better direction, because at the moment it's. But what would you say though? I mean, you say the coaches award, players respect that more.
Yeah.
But in terms of your potential after you hang up the boots.
Yeah.
A Brownlow medal still has value.
Oh, sure. Look, I don't know.
Has cachet.
There must be a monetary value to it as well, because let's be honest. If you're a Brownlow medalist, you're going to have a bit more interest coming from sponsors and promotions, opportunities, things like that. So I mean, look, but that cachet can come when the medal, it's still the Brownlow medal, is voted on by the people that can do that job better than the umpires.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, most of the umpires are on the take anyway. So, I mean, we've already nabbed a couple of them in recent years, haven't we?
Oh, what happened to that guy last year that was...
I think
he was... what was it? He
went into
trouble.
politics, I think. But
did he?
Yeah, or joined the police force, one of the two. So that's the Brownlow.
Yes.
Now,
Right.
let's talk about the players that are in the running for the great award, the Chas Brownlow medal, the Charlie,
yes. Well,
as
that's
they
what I
like
was trying
to call
bring
it.
up here on the screen, and
I think Nick Dacos is
just
one of the
hot
favourites.
just in front of the Bont.
And the Bont, you'd have to think that, well, the more often the side wins, the better chance you have of getting the votes, right?
Yes,
it's not always the case.
No, not always, because quite often you've had players who are just in a poor team, but they just they really stand out, so they draw a lot of the votes. Even
they monopolise it from their team.
Yeah. Now the issue with Nick
do you think Dacos will lose votes to other Collingwood players?
Well, no, I don't know about that because I'll just see him on the ball all the time.
Yeah.
But isn't it all about with him from the moment he got injured? Did he have enough of a lead? That's the issue.
So he missed two or three games
to fall over the line. At least three, wasn't it? 3 or 4?
Yeah.
So that's the issue: is is his lead by round 19, whenever it was?
Yep.
Let us know what it was.
Yeah.
Is it strong enough to get him over the line?
So it could be. I think it might. I'm anticipating Gill's last call of the votes, round 23.
Yes.
Collingwood versus Essendon.
Yes.
Collingwood, 3 votes. Not Nick Dacos because he wasn't there, was he?
Exactly.
So there you go.
So, well, no, it's going to be hard for him to build the drama because if Nick Dacos has got like a 10-vote lead at round 23, it's just going to be hard to sort of, just...
Don't worry, they'll sort that out.
Oh, will they?
Yeah, the little... what is it, KPMG that do the bookkeeping?
Oh, you reckon they'll play around with the... just
slip
sort
the bond
out?
a couple of extra...
We don't want to take the steam out of
He
this
was
count.
best on ground at training. Give him another 2 votes.
Right.
So Bontempelli,
Okay.
who else is in the running?
Well, you've got your Zach Butters.
Oh, Zachary Butters.
Yeah, come on.
I thought you were going to say Zach Merritt for a minute there.
You're going to try and slip me up?
No, look, I
Slip me up?
think our Zachy will poll pretty well, but of course he's ineligible.
But I don't think he would have.
He won't.
I don't think he
won't.
So you got the.
Trust me, they'll make sure he won't because there's nothing more embarrassing for the AFL than an ineligible player winning the Brownlow.
So you think someone's going through them too?
There you would have said.
Just
quietly
find all the
umpires.
Z Merritt votes, will you? Just rip a few up.
Yep, give them to S. Wiedemann instead.
Don't make it even.
He could be a dark horse.
Don't make it even close.
Zach Butters.
So you got that. You got the
Petrarca.
Petrarca.
Yeah, the track.
You got the
Don't rate him.
Lockie Neal.
Rate him.
You do.
Well, he's won it, hasn't he?
Yes.
So he's got form.
And, you've always got to watch the player that's won previously that then is at the longer odds of the following year. Chris Judd did that.
Yeah.
When no one was expecting him the second time.
So who do you have in mind?
Pinches it.
In that regards too? Who's won it recently or won it before?
Yes.
And might.
Well, I'm just saying that he's another one. Now you've got Goulden there.
Of course, Lockie Neal. Yeah.
Yes. Tim Taranto.
Yep.
But I mean, honestly,
I don't think Richmond won enough games. But
the odds, the odds just go like those last couple of players. They're like over 50-1. So it really just comes down to sort of 3 to 5 players is what the market is saying.
Yeah,
and the market is generally
it is when it comes to our multis, isn't it? So look, I'm going to go out on a limb.
Yeah,
I'm going to go out on a limb.
What limb?
It's called the Zach Butters limb.
Oh, really?
I know
it's not a huge
It's not
limb.
a big limb. It's a little kind of limb. But I'm going to, $5.50 for Zach Butters
well,
as we speak.
Well, that means that Port Adelaide would have had 2 Brownlow winners within 3 years.
Yep, that's true.
Big call.
And it does happen.
Call.
It does. And they've had a great season. So let's be honest, they're going to poll very well.
Yeah.
But I like the cut of his jib.
You do,
I do. Yeah,
right,
he's a terrific young player.
Yeah,
and by gosh, wouldn't we love to have a player like Zach Butters? But good luck to Zach.
Yes.
Who are you going to tip?
Look, I think I'm just going to go Nick Dacos falling over the line.
Yeah, that's a pretty,
I know. So it's not going out on a limb.
Yeah,
all right, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Well, Toby Green at 100-1 then. There you go.
Toby Green's 100-1.
Like
I just wanted to quickly talk about some Brownlow history.
Right, really?
While we're on the subject,
right.
There's been a few donkeys that have won it, haven't there? Let's say, surprised everybody.
Not if you're watching. You're not a donkey.
Yeah. No, but I mean, who stands out?
There have been a few surprises.
Who stands out in your mind as geez, that's a surprise?
Well, I remember. I mean, Tony Liberatore winning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best and fairest. And I mean, didn't he get caught with a little bit of eye gouging and a little bit of,
and a lack of best? I think best is important too. Libbo did win it. I think
that was.
But he might have laid 180 tackles that season.
Yeah, he may have. But that same as Dipper. I don't want to focus on the.
Dipper was a decent player. Let's be fair. Dipper was, possibly a Jordan DeGoey type player.
Yeah,
played on the wing.
Didn't mind throwing the arm and the elbows around.
But that was normal in those days, wasn't it?
So maybe okay. So then that's the
but Dipper. He was. I think he was in a great Hawthorn side, so they would have been winning a lot of games.
Sure, but up against some pretty good
a lot
teammates.
Of competition in the team with the likes of Dunstall and Brereton and them.
Those other guys.
One that comes to my mind is, geez, you're a lucky bastard, was Shane Woden.
Yeah, that came from nowhere. But
did he ever play a decent season of footy after that?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, Shane Woden.
It was the kiss of death.
Who else is it? Maybe.
Unfortunately. If you've got any other thoughts, please share. But, of course, from an Essendon perspective, we love the win of Gavin Wanganeen.
Wangers.
1993.
What a player.
James Hird, unfortunately, had to share his with Michael Voss. Remember we had the cut under his eye?
He did, didn't he? And he was wearing a tartan waistcoat that year. Very sartorial of him, I thought.
He was.
Now, we will get to the fashions of the Brownlow in a minute.
Are we going to look at that?
I think we should.
Right. Okay.
How could you not?
Why not? Because, we know.
Job, of course, will get that medal back. Trust me, that will happen.
Right.
And we had, of course, the great Dick Reynolds, R.S. Reynolds, won 3 times.
Yeah,
one of only, I think, 4 players to have won the medal 3 times.
Solid effort.
Billy Hutchinson in the 50s won back-to-back medals.
Nice.
I think it was 52, 53, but someone can correct me on that.
Right.
And the Western Australian ruckman, Graham Moss.
Yes.
Played at Essendon, I think, for only maybe 2 or 3 years.
And that was it.
And won a Brownlow medal for us and then went back to the West. So played for Claremont in Perth.
That's all he needed.
Yeah.
That's when ruckman still had a chance.
So, I mean, we've got a fairly decent history in the Brownlow medal, but do you know which side has had the most Brownlow medals?
Sydney.
Jeez, all right. Smart ass.
What was it, Sydney?
It is Sydney.
No research.
Did I write that down
Smoking Joe. No, you didn't.
Damn it.
Sometimes my brain...
that's a disease, actually. That's called savant.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no offence. I mean, if anyone out there happens to be able to remember, every Cy Young Water winner or, the goal scorers in every FA Cup final since 1890, well, good luck to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And so moving right along.
But what about the team to poll the most votes in a season?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do?
I do know that. Yes, that's Essendon. In the year 2000, polled 116 out of a possible 132 votes.
Oh, wow. You know more about it than I thought. Okay.
And only had one player in the top 10, which says something about what a team.
Yes.
Because, I mean, they probably had about 10
champion
guys.
Team over a team of champions. Yeah. Wouldn't we love to see that again,
Well,
please,
they were
sometime
champions,
soon?
to be fair.
Yes, well, yes.
So they were a champion team of champions.
Yes.
I think.
Right.
Yeah. So, the Dons had a magnificent year that year. I don't think we're going to have quite the same year this year, but
no?
I do think Zachy will be our best.
But we have a new list manager now.
We do. And I think that's a perfect segue into...
did you like that?
Yeah, I love it. You haven't missed a beat since you've been away.
No.
So that perfect segue into Dodoro for a day.
Right.
So Adrian Dodoro... we thank you for your service. He's gone. Not gone. He's going to be lurking around in the corridors for a little while.
Which is just classic Essendon,
isn't it?
It's always just opaque.
You just can't...
Just not clear cut.
Yeah, let him go.
Just be clear.
Be gone.
Line in the sand.
Bit of more team.
It's something.
Yeah, anyway.
They have to make a passing of the bat and all that sort of stuff.
They do. And I'm sure Matt Rosa, who's coming in as the sort of the man in waiting, he joins us from a very distinguished career for Peel Thunder in the WAFL.
Okay.
But anyway, look, let's not judge him too early. I think he comes with some fresh ideas. Well, let's be honest, anyone would.
Oh, come on, as long as he played a bit of footy.
He did play.
Honestly.
Yeah, he did play.
So that's all you need.
So I don't think
right,
Dodoro ever donned the boots. He might have as a kid, but he certainly didn't play at any senior level.
Right.
So Matt Rosa, ex-West Coast Eagles player, most recently with, I think he's been at Fremantle Dockers. certainly with their affiliated club, the Peel Thunder in Perth.
Oh, has he?
And he comes highly regarded by Craig Votso, another, not Western Australian, but most recently working with the West Coast Eagles.
Right.
So we've got a little bit of a Perth vibe happening.
Well, as long as it's net positive to the culture and we're not going backwards, that's all I want to see.
So farewell, Dodoro.
Yes.
We wish you all the best,
Yes.
and no hard feelings. We have had a little bit of a go at him.
Well, we have we have, and we actually got an email from Mr. Dodoro.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Dear absolutely Essendon team.
Yeah, team. Well, it's only three of us.
Thanks very much, pricks.
Yeah, fuck off. All right. Well, look.
Yes.
One news item. Sorry.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yes. Well, no. I mean, and we did the tribute video. So
we did. I didn't want to mention that. It's like showing off.
No, it's not showing off. But maybe you missed it. We did do it. Just having a look at highlights of Adrian's time with Essendon and some lowlights.
Just look back on this your feed, your absolutely Essendon feed.
Yeah, over here it's probably just sitting about there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, just on the matters of team list management and recruitment,
right.
I'm sure everyone knows, so we're not breaking any news here. But Ben Mackay doesn't like pasta. Apparently, will not eat it before a game.
Right.
And you know what I think about that.
It makes him a bit sleepy?
I'm not sure, but wouldn't you, for the energy kick?
Yeah.
That's the biggest news that's come out of the whole Ben Mackay saga.
Right.
So anyway.
Not that he's being overpaid.
Well, I know Dyson Heppel loves a nice bolognese before a big game. And
Does he?
Andy McGrath, he's more of a spicy meatballs kind of guy.
Is he?
I have no idea why we're doing this. But
right,
anyway,
okay.
So Ben Mackay's joining the club.
Right. And how much have we paid for him? Because I've got to feel like, honestly, it's good. It'd be a good acquisition.
Sure, I think it's a very good acquisition.
But we're overpaying, aren't we?
What's it to you?
What do you mean, what's it to me?
You're not paying. Why do you care how much he gets paid? I don't care about how much you get paid.
On this show?
Yeah. Well, how much do you get
paid?
Because you know the sweet coin's rolling in now.
Oh, it is.
I might have to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Seriously,
because what do you mean? What does it matter? What are you talking about? It's the club's money. It needs to be
but
frugally
that's the point.
managed.
It's the club's money. It's not your money.
Yeah, but did you see the article?
Spend the bloody money.
Did you see the article that came out 3 weeks ago on the clubs who'd sort of spent most money on sort of payouts?
Joe.
Yeah, but did you see?
We have so much money.
Who took that list?
Yeah, we did.
Essendon took
because
that
we
list.
got lots of money. Because we never spend it on players.
Because we're fat with feathers.
Yeah.
And
so spend it on players.
No. Yeah. But spend it the right way.
Okay, so he's probably
Money
the best
ball,
available.
Baby. Get the best bang for your buck.
He's the best available large defender in the competition.
Is he?
And what is our glaring weakness? No offence, Brandon, if you're watching, but it was Brandon. We have nobody who can play on the big monster forwards. You got to pay for it. If we win a premiership and Ben Mackay is lining up at centre half back, that's the best 800 we've ever spent. If it's 800, I don't know. I hear people carrying on about the salary all the time. Come on. We've got over $2 million available in our salary cap as we speak. So
we've just blown 40% of
it. The enterprise bargaining 40%. Agreement that's just been done with the players, we'll see that go up by another $2 million over the next couple of years.
Right.
Plus guys like Heppel and Dylan Shield might even be gone this year. Is going to free up another $1 million.
Right.
Oh, come on. We got to be ambitious. That's all I'm saying. I hear you, and I'm not saying don't be stupid with the money.
Yes.
But this is a guy that's going to hold up our defence.
Okay, I do agree. We've been blowing a lot of money off field in payouts to CEOs. Other people took a long time to recover from the drug saga and all those payouts.
Yeah.
So it's really a wonder that the club still is in the black.
But,
not in the red.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, people like the Weapon got $1 million payout.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Xavier Campbell got a decent payout.
Just ripping up money.
Who was the religious guy that we had?
So I don't know.
Thorburn. And they might have had to pay him out or something. So
for 1 day of service.
Yeah. For your service. Anyway,
right,
Ben Mackay. Now, I think just on that, we've got a couple of exciting videos coming up soon. With our good friend over, I won't say his name because he probably doesn't want that revealed, but Everything Essendon. We're going to call him Mr. X, I think, or something. not Mr. Xavier, will be joining us, and we'll be doing a full wrap of the trade period, a preview and a wrap of the AFL trade period. So there's a lot of good stuff coming your way, folks. Don't stray too far from your YouTube feed.
Don't.
Okay?
Don't. No, please don't.
Grand final.
It is the grand final.
By gosh, this is going to be a long video.
It is. Imagine if Essendon was still in it. Imagine if we're in the grand final. This would be there'd be a daily release, wouldn't there?
Oh, it would
be so pumped.
Well, this guy's got a little finger injury. We'd be watching. We'd have the private investigators
waffle ad nauseum with no sign.
So no, okay. Well, thankfully they're not. Well,
okay. So.
Collingwood will be taking on.
How did they get over the line again? It's annoying. Seriously, that game should have been iced by GWS.
Yeah, I mean, I think they missed a lot of opportunities, to be honest. And they got raped by the umpires.
Did they?
I've seen some Twitter tweets, X-tweets,
right,
highlighting, 15 glaring umpiring mistakes that went against GWS. So
what are the odds?
Yeah, what are the odds? They got the memo from HQ, didn't they?
In the special kidnap lettering.
Yeah, no votes for Zach Merritt, and make sure Collingwood get into the grand final.
Yeah.
GWS very unlucky.
Well, and because we kind of mocked all the people that responded to our Twitter poll. I'm still going to call it Twitter, okay? The poll that was suggesting that GWS were going to win.
Yeah, it was an outstanding majority.
They almost got there. So now we have to face Collingwood in the grand final.
Well, we don't.
And I remember after the Anzac Day game, the review that we did, you said, you pontificated that, what a waste Collingwood with those Dacos brothers if they don't win a premiership. And I've got a feeling that they were listening, and you've motivated them to this point.
Thanks. Yeah, it's on me, right?
Yeah. Where everyone contributes.
Well, I didn't tell you. They've asked me to come down and address the team before the big game.
Oh, so, I wouldn't be surprised.
Move over, Mrs. McCreary.
Yes, okay.
I'm
Step
coming
aside.
Yep.
All right.
No, look, I'm going to say this for the record. I love what they do as a football team.
Yeah.
I love
begrudgingly
what Fly has done for them. And, McRae. Isn't that his nickname? Fly McRae? Was it Fry?
Fry.
It's Fly. Anyway, whatever.
Okay. What sort of a nickname's that?
I don't know. He looks like a fly.
And, does he? Righto.
Yeah.
You have to admit, I think he knows how to coach.
He does. And my God, their ability to win these close games, everyone says, is it luck or is it well planned? And I have to say, they're coached to win those close games. And they did it again on the weekend against GWS.
Yes, they did. They got over the line. So now, instead of facing Carlton, they get to face Brisbane Lions. The luck ran out for the Blue Baggers.
Yeah, bad luck, Blue Baggers. We got you. Yeah, we knew we would.
You think our kiss of death can take credit for that?
No, we got them close. It was nice, And they kicked 5 of the first 5 goals in the game, and they would have been all celebrating down in Lygon Street or wherever they were.
Yeah, they did. They were up and about. So that would have hurt.
Yeah,
that would have
that's
because
beautiful. That is beautiful.
They could almost taste the grand final. Some would have started queuing up.
And it went down the drain.
Yeah.
In an anti-clockwise direction.
But that said, though, let's give credit to both GWS and Carlton, who were, while we were up in the top 5, they were languishing.
Smoking the Havanas.
We were laughing it up, on this channel. Laughing it up while they were down in 15th, 16th position. And look at them. Almost made
If we
the
win
big dance.
next week, we'll be top 4. That's what we were saying.
Yeah, I think I said that. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
So they both spent time at 15th on the ladder in the second half of the season.
Yes.
So to get to the preliminary final from that position is a credit to both of those teams.
Yes.
And I, as much as I really do not like Carlton, they've got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
They've got a very, very good team. And I think Michael Voss has proven himself to be a decent coach as well.
All those question marks and boardroom question marks.
Yeah, I mean, to turn around that mess from mid-season.
Yeah, that was impressive.
A very impressive effort
and
from
for
the
us,
Blues.
it was just like, ever since we played them in that game, King's Birthday Eve, it was like...
Ships passing, wasn't it?
It was the Hollywood... What was that Hollywood movie? The Switch? It was like that.
Yeah.
Or if you're a Seinfeld fan, Bizarro World.
Was that Guy Ritchie?
No, you wouldn't do a rom-com like that.
Oh,
No, that was
okay.
Jason Bateman, Ryan Reynolds with
I thought it was that Irish one. What was that called? With the Brad Pitt.
Snatch.
Snatch switch. Come on,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
cut me some slack.
Yeah.
Gito, bye-bye.
Yes.
Brisbane, and now the interesting story there is, of course, that 2 ex-Bombers will be lining up for that.
And as much as, I find it, we've mentioned it before, we find it a little grating because
it does hurt a
now
bit.
they're going to be vindicated in their decision to go, bye-bye, Bombers. Yes, you're a mess. Don't want a bar of it.
Well, I met a gentleman the other day who actually is a friend of Conor McKenna's.
Right.
And I'm not going to name names. But
sounds like you want to.
No, I don't. I won't, because it's actually something I wouldn't want to reveal his identity. But he told me straight up that McKenna, under no circumstances, was considering coming back to Essendon.
Really?
He was that done with the club, which is an indictment.
Indictment is the
on
word.
what we've had as a management of that football club, because
Definitely.
we lost 2 very, very good players that we should never have lost.
No.
So,
Definitely.
good luck to both.
And Saad, who enjoyed also a bit of time in
Adam
finals,
Saad,
and also Michael Hibberd, that just retired, who played his
won
last
a
few
premiership.
seasons.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was I was so sorry to see him go.
Yeah, what a loss.
Was he the same year as those guys?
He was a fallout from the saga, from the drug saga.
Oh, man, it's just still infuriating.
Yeah, you want to win a
still
final,
wound up about
don't
it.
come to Essendon.
Yeah.
But, in all seriousness, good luck to Joey. He brought a lot of pleasure to us over his time at the Bombers. Such a shame to see him go.
It was.
I think he left under the wrong circumstances, and it has left a bit of a bad taste in some people's mouths.
Definitely.
But, I'm delighted for both him and Connor. And,
Are you?
I am. Because,
you're really, you're quite magnanimous today.
Well, no, I mean, you've got to put yourself in their position. I mean, they may never get another chance at playing in a grand final. And, it must be such an incredible feeling to be, running out onto that ground on grand final day. So good luck to the boys. And as much as it pains me, I hope they absolutely smash those Collingwood guys.
I'm with you.
No offence to Collingwood either. We love them as well.
We have Collingwood fans that do watch, and we thank you for watching.
But we can't have them coming up to equal.
We can't have
with
you on
us
16 premierships.
That's not
with
going to
us.
happen.
We just can't. I'm sorry. I'm sure you understand.
So I think that's it for the grand final. There's a lot more to be discussed, but it's early in the week. We don't know the teams yet. I think there's probably going to be a couple of dramatic late-minute changes, as there always is.
Okay.
So we might come back at the end of the week and look at the grand final in a bit more detail, which is a public holiday. So you can get off your highly paid job as a Melbourne stockbroker to come into the studio, and we can do that.
Okay.
I think we've got a little bit of... Well, sorry,
are we going to end on a lighter note?
I think we should, because it's been very heavy going for the last 40 minutes.
It's been very tense. I think we're running out of memory card. How long has it been? This is a problem.
Well,
anyway,
it's got to...
When we stop, we'll just...
I got to do the Face ID.
We'll see. That's okay. So we're going to look at some historic fashions.
Yeah, so Brownlow Medal Night.
Notable fashions on Brownlow Medal Night.
So it's always brought out the worst in footballers' girlfriends, I think.
Yes,
the Brownlow Medal.
Many have made their mark. And I mean, I only have to talk about Rebecca Judd and that red dress with Chris Judd that year. I mean, him winning the Brownlow helped, but her wearing that dress... established her career.
I still think about that dress.
$multi-million business she now has in fashion, all sorts of
She's like the Posh Spice of AFL.
Very much so. Yeah, that is the...
Queen Beck.
Very much so. So
who you see quite regularly at Auskick.
Well, has been spotted.
So we need to be careful.
Yeah.
You don't lear at her, do you, by any chance?
No, I don't. Not when my wife's there. No.
Because you still got hair. Juddy.
Okay, all right.
So let's kick off.
Our first nomination.
So we're going to have a look at some of the disastrous dresses. Well, I'm sorry to pick on the ladies, but let's be honest, that's the only reason we watch the Brownlow.
Right.
I'm going to start with Jordan Ablett.
Right.
Who is one of Gary's recent wives. I don't know. He's had a few girlfriends and things, hasn't he?
Oh, all right. Well, what are you?
I'm not judging him.
Hey,
I'm jealous.
Hey,
but you can see Jordan here, parading what could only be described as sort of like a return to Transylvania, I guess. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. But
yes,
do you think are they shorts or is that a little skirt?
Yes, no, they're I'm not sure what you call those sort of stockings, the
loincloth.
leggings. Oh, the one hanging down.
Is that it's a loincloth that covers everything? But I'm sure if she was to whoop that up in the air, there, you might see.
Yeah, it was an interesting. I mean, I think it's a bit harsh to call that a fail, but I think it was certainly daring.
I mean, I'm sure Gary's eyes lit up when she walked into the room.
Yes.
So now moving right along now, the tomahawk. You know, we're huge fans of the tomahawk on this show.
We are.
And, you know, I often wonder how he can kick the ball so straight, because a lot of times you've got to look at a target behind the goals, right?
Right.
You pick out someone in the crowd behind the goals.
Right.
And you aim at that.
Right.
And I'm sure he had his missus stand behind the goals in this dress, and he aimed at it, and his kick was true, because how could you honestly miss with,
it's a target.
with that dress providing that target?
Yes, okay.
Wonderful.
I think enough said on that front. All right, let's go to the next one, because, you know, we don't want to...
We're moving right along.
Oh, right.
Oh, you might remember this one, Joe. Who's this? Talk me through it.
This is young Gabby Greco. Now, you know, she was on the arm of not a footballer, not an AFL footballer, but the Dr. Jeffrey Edelston. Now, why he gets invited to the Brownlow?
Was she one of the pallbearers or something?
She was. Was
he still alive?
Or? No. He's
gone now.
Passed away, and apparently didn't leave that much in the will. You know, for all the sort of flashiness,
still paying off the pink helicopter.
It wasn't much left behind. But I digress.
Yep.
But yes, that was Gabby Greco in a sort of a goth meets Cleopatra. Is that what the look is?
Because she's got the kind of blonde Cleopatra hairdo there, that's for sure. And she's also she's rocking the Mrs. Tomahawk. You know, she got the puppies out.
Yes.
So that's great.
Nice.
And Gabby, I hope you're doing well. I mean, she's probably at a meth clinic now.
No, she's back in New York now.
Oh, she is.
No, they didn't work. That relationship didn't work out. Shock horror.
Wonder why.
So
let's get back to footballers, Mrs.
I think. Well, this is another
Edelston, isn't it?
Of Edelston.
He gets around, doesn't he?
So this is Bryn. I don't know what her name is since she split up with.
She's like he's like the Rupert Murdoch.
But he really did provide a lot of fodder for the Brownlow blue carpet.
Well,
it's red carpet.
She ain't dressed too smartly there by the look of it. I'm not a fashionista, by the way, and I know not like your good self.
I'm not shocked by that.
But yeah, this dress, whatever it is, you know, what exactly is that? Like a broken disco ball or something? There's certainly some globes in there. I can see that.
Frock is. It's a little Vegas. It's a little showgirl. It's a little
unnecessary.
Yes, possibly.
I don't know why she went the black stockings.
You know, I mean, again, thank you, Jeffrey.
Did the spray tan not go all the way down or something?
Possibly.
Who knows?
Possibly. All right.
Oh God, there she is again.
Oh God, another one.
She's wearing her great grandmother's wedding dress here,
right?
But cut it off at just below the above the thigh. You know where I mean.
Okay.
But that's also a shocker. But she's trying to look a little more feminine in that at least, which is
right.
nice.
Okay, how are we going here with?
Yeah, very good. We've only got a few more to go through.
Okay,
now I love this one. This is Fiona Mills, of course, who was the girlfriend of that guy, and this is back in 2003. So I'm surprised there was digital photography back then.
I actually like the creativity of this one.
That's interesting. She's got like all the beer coasters with the football team logos.
You know, it's very fashion forward.
She's not really supporting her man, though, is she?
I mean,
she's basically putting herself up for sale there, saying any club,
highest bidder.
I'm in. Come talk to me.
I quite like that one.
Very nice.
It was. There were some people.
You like that one?
They were knocking it. Yeah,
it was like your squiggly top that you wore one day.
Why not? Yeah, which I was never allowed
all right,
to wear
so thank
again.
you, Fiona.
Okay,
moving right.
Oh
my God, Jesus Christ!
No, what are you having to go out
What's
here?
that?
This is Dane Swan's.
She's got those briefs.
Classy lady.
They're like incontinence briefs.
She's the mother of his children, so be careful.
Well, I'm not questioning her motherhood skills. I'm just questioning her choice of fashion. I mean, they look like padded briefs that I wear, when I'm having a difficult time.
It's a bit of
and there's a
the see-through fabric. Yeah, there is.
What does that say?
I'm not sure. Is it a love heart?
It's a love heart. So when you're on your way, I won't go there.
No.
So well done to Taylor. She's Mrs. Swan, very nice lady.
Right. Right. Okay. Now this one possibly, this might deserve some. Slight derision.
So this is Ana Calle. Now, I'm sure some people would say Calais, but it's actually Calle, which is Spanish for the word street.
Is it?
It is, yes.
Right. Does she spell it that way? Oh,
Well,
she
that is
does.
exactly how it's spelled. So it would be
okay.
pronounced Kaye, I'm
I
sure.
bet she spells it. She pronounces it Callie.
Yippee Kaye.
All right.
She's
Yes.
a very lovely partner, or was at the time, we don't know if that's still the case, of Josh Kennedy, the
Right. Yes.
the great footballer.
So that's a very risky outfit.
It looks-
I mean, there's, you wouldn't want it to blow a gale. She'll be up in the, she'll be 40 feet in the air.
I
That would
reckon
catch.
our midfield's hiding underneath that dress.
Right.
I think you'd find our little midget midfield hiding. You'd have Parrish.
Yeah.
You would have Merritt. Hobbsy would be in there.
But sitting at the table, it just would have been spread out
Oh,
everywhere.
God,
Everyone
how
walking
annoying.
past just would have been like, "Oh, did you?
Can you move
did
your dress?"
Step on my.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
upside down tulip.
gutsy,
It was
gutsy
big,
way to
big
go.
in the mid-2000s.
Right.
So we're moving now. Here we have royalty, Essendon royalty, of course.
Right.
This is Mrs. Heppel.
Okay.
Of course, you all know that. And she's sporting the Versace garbage bag look.
Right. Is that what
for the year.
is that what you call it?
Oh, well,
is it, you think that's the?
But it's the
I think it's a bit of a
garden
thicker-
variety, so it's a
Yeah.
little stronger. It doesn't
Isn't
tear
it?
so easily.
Maybe she's going more sort of leather bondage.
Is it
vibe?
leather or-
is that what it is? Vinyl, or is it? It's not a.
So Dyson would have been a little shocked. I would have thought he'd be saying, "You're not going out in that,
You think,
my darling dearest.
mate? It's not the 50s, mate.
You're not." He's the captain of the football. Well, he was at the time.
Okay, so you think that allows him
As
to
the
put
captain,
his foot down and
I'm
just
sorry.
go?
You
No.
can put on a Fletcher David. What's
Mate,
the company?
you
Fletcher
know-
Jones,
you
Roger
know.
David's. Well, not for the ladies, but
The players just do what they're told. Not only do they not have a say, it's like, and you're wearing this, honey, and
Yeah.
your tie is going to match.
here's
my
your
outfit.
Suzanne Grey outfit for the night.
Oh, is
put
that
it
what
on.
You would have said. I don't. Do they still exist?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
It's Naomi Milgram's company.
Right. Who's this?
Well, oh gosh. Now this, what? She's walked out of the toilet and the toilet paper's got caught on her shoulder. This is
sponsored by
this
Sorbent?
is Sherry Biggs, I think, if I'm not
Right.
terribly mistaken.
Okay.
She's married to Mr. Biggs.
Right.
From
Isn't he a gangster?
Sex in the City.
Gangster, that was big.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
So Sherry, love,
Okay.
please. Next time you might want to ask the tailor to finish the dress and not have to patch it up with sheets of sorbent.
right.
And I think we've got a couple more. We've got to rush
Right.
through this
yeah,
now,
yeah, come on, because
unfortunately.
we're really.
Yep.
Look, who was this?
This is Zoe Hurd, I think.
Right.
If
Well-
I'm not,
well,
she's
she-
Jake Lloyd's, a Sydney player, Jake Lloyd's partner.
Right. Couldn't
Was.
decide on what colour to go with.
It's like that sort of French 1920s square cubism type early masters painting sort of thing. Actually, it looks like my nana's quilt cover.
We will never ever be invited to comment on fashion.
No, but
on
I'm
any
asking you an honest
other
question.
forum. Yes.
You're going to the Brownlow. You know every other chick's going to have her puppies popping out.
Yeah.
She's gone the
Mate,
complete opposite, right?
Because she's classy.
Hey,
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
And she looks like a
She
lovely girl too.
Actually has style.
Yeah,
All right.
she's a very pretty looking girl.
Right.
Do
we have any more?
I think we've got the winner,
Oh yes.
the queen
yes.
of the Brownlow.
Yes.
And it's not Beck Judge.
Yes. No, we don't. I don't think. Do we have it there? No. But that's
We do
yes,
have
Mrs. Buckley. Oh,
My God.
ex Mrs. Buckley.
Yeah, well, she's 3 times ex now.
Yes.
I think he's been through quite a few young ladies.
Oh,
Well, he's entitled
right.
to. I'm not
yes,
judging.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, he's free.
But
He's free.
he's now with a
But-
very nice young lady who I was
but
sitting
yes.
next to them at the Radio Mexico down in St Kilda.
Really?
And that's a free plug for them, so I'm looking
Right.
forward to my
Again.
next taco being on the house.
We do a lot of free plugs. and get
But yeah, the
diddly
Bucks was
squat.
there with his new beau.
Right.
And she was
Beau.
a very Boess.
Boas, yeah.
She was a very pretty young lady. But
Right. Okay.
talk me through this,
All right,
because
very
this
good.
is a lady
Well,
of Italian origin.
Yes, that's
Tanya
why. This
Minucci.
is Tanya Minucci. Might have been
Minucci.
Yeah. Anyway, but look, back in the day, this actually was slightly controversial. The diamante encrusted G-string.
Oh,
sort
geez,
of,
that would bring tears to your eyes. mate.
but you know, that really was the statement that year, and then it was
What, showing your ass?
It was made fun of in Kath and Kim as well.
Oh, of
when
course, yes,
young
yeah.
Kimmy
Yeah, Gina Riley,
wore that
wasn't
as
it?
well.
Yeah.
But I mean, look,
How
nowadays
is Gina?
they're doing very well.
Oh, okay.
I think.
That's-
Yeah, they
yeah.
send their regards.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
But yes,
they would.
this was basically, in summary, it's the winner. It was controversial in its day. Nowadays, it would put people asleep.
Yeah,
but
that's not
it's
showing
the,
anywhere near enough flesh.
Yes.
For the modern era.
It's the winner. No, they exactly.
So
exactly.
Bucks would have given that little tap.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Like as Sean Connery said, just a little tap on the
What have
bottom.
we turned into here? The Lad magazine?
Well, I'm not condoning it. I'm just simply saying that, Bucks would have given it.
Yes, look at the smile on his face.
A little tap on the bottom.
I would have been just as happy.
Yeah, and that wraps up our review of the Brownlow Blue Carpet.
Don't know we'll do it again next year.
Who's going to stand out this year?
Yes,
I don't think we'll be doing this ever again. But
no, we won't. Mate, we'll probably get cancelled like Russell Brand.
It's like the fashion police.
I think we're going to. YouTube is watching, and don't be surprised if we get shut down 10 minutes after.
I don't think there's anything that we've said in this show that's been inappropriate in any way whatsoever. Right. And if it has offended people, look the other way. That's all I can say.
All right. Okay. All right.
We do
try and mix it up, but we do listen to our community, and we're very forthright in our opinions. So we'll listen if you don't like what we're dishing.
Well, I just want to say, look, to all the ladies who are going to the Brownlow, you're all beautiful. No matter what you wear, fashion is very much a superficial thing. It's what's underneath it that matters, right? Actually, that doesn't work either, does it?
So,
but you know what I mean.
It's
It's the essence of the woman that's the most important, not
Indeed.
the cut of her fabric or her G-string in the case of Tanya.
Okay, thank you.
So,
all right. So
thank you very much.
Do we have any more? We might be back later in the week. We might not.
This video will still be running later in the week,
right?
I would imagine if you're watching this. So I don't have anything else.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for your time dedicated to this. A lot of people probably watch us on double speed these days, just to sort of get through it all quickly. You might have to with this episode. Don't tell me there was more on this agenda.
You would sound like a chipmunk if it was on double speed.
As opposed to...
Well, a chipmunk.
Normal. Yeah, exactly.
Normal,
yeah.
All right.
Okay. That's it. We're done.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you again.
See you on Grand Final Eve and have a great Brownlow night.
Yes.
And
who are we supporting? The Lions?
Go the Brizzy Lions.
All right.
Yep.
We're out.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.